ID for it?
Because I just asked you for it.
I don't have my ID on me because it's at the house.
People that don't want to identify are involved in criminal activity.
I can't even believe you're doing this to my son because he was walking around.
The sheriff says he's received hundreds of complaints.
Shut up and listen just a minute. We had reasonable enough suspicion to identify you. That's all that matters.
Welcome back to the Lackluster channel. In Oklahoma, John takes a walk every morning at around 6 a.m. with his 6-year-old autistic son, and on July 4th, 2024, they set out like every other morning, but shortly into their sunrise adventure, they were approached by an officer of the Watonga Police Department.
Hey, how you doing today? Yeah? Where are you heading off to? Just walking? Any specific location? Oh, okay. Is this your son?
Yes.
All right. Hey, what's your name?
You can tell him your name.
John's son may be a loyal member of the Lack fam, as even he knows not to talk to strangers or the police. Shortly after the 6-year-old refuses to identify, a second officer arrives on scene to ensure that the boy never trusts a stranger ever again.
All right, what's your name, sir?
Johnny.
Johnny. All right. All right, Johnny, where you come from?
Just walking around.
Just walking around?
Yeah.
All right, enjoying this weather?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, we're checking up on you, man. You know?
Just walk around. What the heck is this deal?
Found it a little bit suspicious, you know. So, just walking around.
Walking around is a little bit suspicious?
I mean...
Actually, go ahead.
Technically, not really, but I mean, it is pretty early in the morning. Just wondering what was going on.
That's what we do. We get up early in the morning.
You got your ID on you?
What do I need an ID for?
Because I just asked you for it.
I don't need to show my ID.
Okay, if you don't give me your ID, I'm going to take you to jail for failure to identify, because I've identified that you've been walking around down here at 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah, we do that.
No, you're not. Give me your ID.
I don't have my ID on me because it's at the house.
For some anti-American reason, this untrained officer believes that it's his right to identify anyone that decides to take a walk at 5:30 a.m. and for no other reason.
Okay, what's your name and date of birth?
Huh?
What's your name and date of birth?
I don't know, but you can't run. I don't have. This is a state where I don't have to show my ID.
Turn around.
You're gonna do this in front of my son?
Yeah, turn around.
Are you serious?
Yeah, turn
This
around.
is my son. Let me bring my son home first.
No, turn around now.
Bro, you need to, here, let me videotape this real quick. I want this on video. What are you doing to my son? Bro, this is f***ed up. Son, it's okay?
Good.
Bro, I promise you you're gonna pay for this.
You think?
Yeah, I promise you that. We're walking around, there's nothing suspicious, I've done nothing criminal, I don't have my ID on me, I told you that.
The officer pushes himself up, using Johnny's back, intentionally grinding the gravel into his sternum.
And what did I tell you?
And you just slammed me on the ground because I was trying to record. What are you rolling me on the ground for?
It's gonna be okay.
Dude, this is ridiculous. Man, look what you're doing to my fucking son. There's my phone right there, too. Dude, I can't even believe you're doing this to my son because he was walking around on 4th of July.
It's gonna be okay.
Have a seat and I'll talk to you.
I'm not gonna hurt you. All right? Don't worry about that.
Hey, buddy, come here. You're okay. Listen to me. You're okay. Hey, quit crying.
It's gonna be okay.
People that don't want to identify typically are involved in criminal activity. I've known this individual to be involved in thefts in the city of Kent.
There has been no criminal activity.
Okay, listen to me.
Bro, we were just walking, and when you
Okay.
came up, you didn't hear what he said
Shut
when you
up
first
and
came up,
listen
though,
for a
did you?
minute. No, shut up and
Okay,
listen.
what?
Okay. So I saw y'all walk down the alley behind I saw y'all when I was headed into the office. Walk across the street.
Yes, sir.
Then I got my unit ready. While getting my unit ready, man, I see y'all back in the alley you left from, okay?
We've always walked from that alley around it.
Okay.
Our house is around that. Is that why we do that? I promise. We do it every morning. I'm surprised you haven't seen it.
So here's the thing. That's fine and dandy, man. But listen, we have people that are going down up and down these alleys, spray painting and tearing shit up.
Yes, sir. I understand that.
Okay? It's the 4th of July, man.
Hey, do you watch a lot of Ninja Turtles?
No, I want my dad.
Yeah, he's right there. Don't worry about it.
But
Okay,
if he
no,
would
no,
have
let's
came up and said
stop,
something like,
stop.
hey, but he just goes, I've been called for, what do you say, investigation of something. And I was like, what?
Yeah, okay, so here's the deal, though. Listen, when I got there, I didn't play games with you. I asked you what y'all were doing. You said, okay. I've worked here. Yeah, and that's fine, dude. I love it that you're out with your kid. But it is a little odd, okay? So when I ask you for your ID, you say, I don't have any ID. So what's your name and date of birth? That's all you have to give me. Give me your name and date of birth. What is your name and date of birth?
I know, but it's just because
No, this is your last opportunity.
You're asking me right now? I thought
What
you were
is
saying
your...
my name is John Sexton, 123086.
Okay, set tight.
12:30 of 86. I didn't even have my radio on. That's crazy, dude.
The officer that assaulted John now runs him for warrants.
Okay, listen, man. As long as you don't have a bad warrant, I don't want to take you to jail. I don't like taking people to jail. I don't like doing what I had to do to you in front of your kid. But you caused it. All you had to do was provide the information asked. Listen. Shut up and listen just a minute. We had reasonable enough suspicion to identify you. That's all that matters.
But if I did criminal activity.
Yeah.
But I didn't do no criminal activity.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. I didn't do nothing criminal walking with my son.
Okay. It's not criminal, but we still have reasonable enough suspicion to identify you.
And if I want to give the ID, I can.
No, it's not if the state is not if you want to state.
It's a state that they can ID you at any time.
This is not a shall ID state, but once you're being detained, and
What was I being detained for?
criminal, we don't know what's going on, but we can call it criminal activity.
That's not, but I didn't do criminal activity, sir. That was
Okay, man.
thrown down like that in front of my son.
I didn't even throw you down, if you want to know the truth.
You did. And
No.
you rolled me on the ground, sir.
I rolled you on the ground to...
Times.
I just making sure you don't have any weapons in there, bro.
No, that was just a little overdue when a kid's right there. That's all I'm saying.
Well, you think maybe next time a cop says, hey, what's your
I
name?
don't have my ID, though. That's what I was telling you. I don't have it on me.
But I did ask you what's your name and date of birth is. I'm not going to sit here and argue with you about it, Mr. Sexton.
The unlawful intrusion of John's privacy and blatant violation of his Fourth Amendment rights showed that he had warrants for unpaid tickets, which do not necessitate an arrest.
But here's the thing, man. Typically, when a cop's out with somebody and they don't want to identify, it leads us to believe that you are involved in more criminal activity than we need to. So that's why you heard me saying what I was saying, because I'm narrating for the camera. This is not my first day on the job, okay? And I'm going to tell you right now, man, I'm straight up with people. If I tell you to do something, you better be doing it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense, but...
Hey, you know what? Maybe teach...
I don't have to do. You know what I'm saying? I just thought my son being there, it wasn't the right time to do all this shit.
Yeah, well, you know what, man? At 5:30 in the morning?
Bro, I get up 4 o'clock every morning.
No, that's cool, man.
4 o'clock at night, I get up at 4 o'clock.
But put yourself in our position. Our job is to make certain that shit's not going on down here. We see all the spray painting. So I literally saw y'all cross right here at Prouty.
Indians around here running around doing that bull.
I got you, bro. It's got possible warrants. So when I was headed in, I saw him walk down the alley, and then when I moved my truck around to the covered stuff, you know you can park back there if you want, right?
No, I didn't know.
Yeah, you can, man. When I moved my truck back around there, I turned, so this is Prouty. They were already walking out of the alley at Noble. They walked, and then they just turned around, and he went right back into the same alley he came from, and he was hanging around on the, it'd be like 101, 102 or something like that. I'd have to go back and look at the address. But he's hanging around back there where they cook all that barbecue and stuff. So that's why we're making contact with him.
Yeah.
When people don't want to identify, typically there's something else going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A third excessive use of tax dollars now arrives on scene for the father walking with his boy.
Too early for this.
It's like 10.
Huh?
You don't have one, he's down like 10.
Yeah. He didn't want to identify. He got his ass tripped up, put on the ground.
He's doing.
So when I came in, I come from the north. I see him cross this street, Prouty, in the alleyway, was walking down. When I turn to go put my stuff up, they don't come out at Noble. I get my stuff to go, and I move my pickup around back, and they're hanging around like the back over there. You know where the bar, like where TGC is and stuff? They're hanging around over there. I don't know what they're doing. So Joaquin finds him. Joaquin's talking to him. He's like, I don't have to tell y'all anything. I said, dude, it's like, you're being detained. You know, hold on. I said, what is, you give me your ID. He's like, I ain't giving you my ID. I don't give you shit. I don't have it. I said, okay, what's your name and date of birth? And he said, I don't have to tell you shit. Something like that. So I said, all right, go ahead, turn around and put your hands behind your back. I'll take you in for a failure to identify. Like, you're being detained. Like, I don't know. I was fixing to tell Joaquin, like, you know, if we can kind of get a situation where we can go over there to TGC and see what's going on and make sure nothing's out of the ordinary. He's like, we're just out walking, man. We walk every day. Okay, that's cool. But how much crap goes on in these alleys, Jarrett? Yeah, right. Yeah, right. So, he wouldn't turn around and put his hands behind his back. So he got the old jerk, kick your feet out from underneath you right in front of his kid. I hate to be that way. 4th of July, you know what I mean?
I mean, why is he out 6 o'clock in the morning with his kids?
Says he gets up every morning at 4 and walking around. You ever seen him?
No.
Me neither.
No, and I call out those when I do too.
Yeah.
I purposely drive down.
I don't think I'm out of the scope of my job, do you?
No. I mean, we've been told to extra patrol because of issues in the alleys, and now we're checking out somebody that's in the same fucking alley.
Yeah, exactly.
We've got break-in, we've got graffiti, reports of drug stuff. Yeah.
Eventually, John and his son are set free, and since the incident was made public, it was sent to be reviewed by the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigations. It's been nearly a month, but the state agency still can't seem to figure out that what the officers did would amount to aggravated assault and battery if a non-state employee were to have committed the offense. Because of that, it's unclear whether the officers will face charges or internal discipline, but the Blaine County Sheriff recently demanded that the officers be suspended.
The Blaine County Sheriff is now stepping in, demanding those officers be placed on leave until OSBI concludes their investigation into what happened. The sheriff says that officer has a history of other complaints as well, including from his former colleagues.
The deputies that were underneath him, they had lost faith in him as their leader.
Yeah.
And so I demoted him back.
The officer ended up moving to a position that wasn't with the public, then ended up leaving the sheriff's office, eventually leading him to a position with Watonga PD.
The agencies have since received hundreds, if not thousands, of complaints. No doubt they've trashed or deleted most of them without reading them. KOC05 was the first to report on this and claims to have the officers' names. But for some reason, they won't reveal them unless criminal charges are brought against them.
KOCO was first to tell you about this story earlier this week. I do have the names of the officers that were involved in this incident, but we aren't releasing them right now because they haven't been formally charged with anything.
This statement makes James Madison Audit's recent video even more compelling.
The media is biased and they are state-ran or state-influenced, and that's what I think is happening here. They can't really do bad stories about the government because they rely on them to get fed information. Your suspicions were always correct.
The arresting officer appears to not be wearing a name tag, but we'd at least like you to know that the other officer's name is Montoya. Pink Camera Magic was kind enough to direct me where I could find these full videos, as the Watonga Police Department has completely ignored my requests for records so far. So be sure to check out her channel, linked in the comments below. And if you like this video, check out another episode.
Yeah!